Brown is a fighter that has transitioned through generations of the sport in MMA. From the sprawl and brawl days of Rampage and Adele, to the current new school in MMA with the like of highly intelligent strikers such as Israel Adesanya. MMA is a constantly evolving sport, making it extremely difficult to stay on top for long. Turning pro in 2005 and still competing in 2021, Matt Brown is a true veteran of the sport and has been an underdog fighter for the majority of his career. He is a fighter that managed to stay relevant as a perennial contender for some time, with his best run in the UFC being a 7-fight winning streak that amounted to a title eliminator fight against Robbie Lawler, who went on to become champion himself. He lost the fight by decision in a Fight of the Night performance. His first appearance in the UFC came on Season 7 of The Ultimate Fighter, way back in 2008, Team Rampage vs Team Griffin.
Fight your way onto the show.
I think some of them crapped their pants. I smelled it.
He was eliminated in the quarterfinals by eventual winner Amir Sadallah, losing via triangle after being hurt with a body kick. Brown really does live up to his nickname, the Immortal, a name given after he survived a drug overdose before turning his life around through martial arts. He's a real throwback to the raw tough guys of MMA. He has a well-versed ground game, a strong grappler in his own right, holding a brown belt in judo and a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has an excellent guard with a good array of submissions off his back, and is overall quite the complete fighter. But this is probably his toughness and never-say-die attitude for which he'll be remembered most, being on the brink of defeat and finding a way to come back and win. Brown's striking is basic but effective, and for me his ability to bridge the gap between long strikes into short, keeping a continuation in his striking, is what separated from many of his peers. He doesn't have much in the way of setups or feints, but he's willing to take one to land one, and isn't scared to put himself in harm's way to do what he needs to do. Brown is all about by any means necessary. The main advantage of running in like this for Brown is it gets him into the clinch, the range where he is most effective. He isn't bothered about smothering his own work. By this I mean being in too close to punch effectively, as he has devastating elbows. This is the game changer between kickboxing and Muay Thai. In kickboxing, a fighter can shell up with a tight high guard, boxing style. But in Muay Thai, the elbows split the guard and penetrate straight through, causing damage and often opening the fighter up with cuts. This is why most Thai fighters would adopt a long guard, bringing the lead hand out as opposed to get in the way of opponents looking to step in an elbow. Brown's clinch is worth studying for any aspiring fighter. Since the Anderson Silva reign, where Silva demolished several fighters with the use of knees, the most memorable being against Rich Franklin, where Silva destroyed Franklin's nose with a knee from the double collar tie, the Muay Thai clinch came to the attention of the MMA world as a powerful tool, but it hasn't progressed much further since. Demetrius Johnson executed some beautiful work from the Thai clinch in his win against Henry Cejudo, but there doesn't seem to be many other fighters or camps utilising it to its full effect. Brown, however, takes full advantage of this. He combines judo foot trips, some of which would be illegal in Muay Thai, with the double and single collar tie. The double collar tie is what Joe Rogan often refers to as the plum Thai clinch, both hands grabbing around the neck or head. Brown switches between the double and single collar tie. The single collar tie is using one hand to control the head and the other controlling the bicep or wrist of the opponent. This is very common in Muay Thai, as the inside control of the arm can set up elbows, as well as adding leverage to throws and enabling duck unders to take the back. This has the advantage of being able to switch between elbows whilst blocking your opponent's ability to strike with the controlled arm. It also makes the Thai-style foot trips and sweeps far easier and more effective. This isn't commonly seen in current MMA, where most fighters opt to engage in Greco-Roman style wrestling or look to attack the legs when against the fence. The Thai clinch allows more damage to be scored with strikes, something you want to be doing, especially if you've just hurt or wobbled your opponent. There are many instances in MMA where a fighter hurts his opponent against the fence and then immediately dives for a double leg.
Beautiful work. Edwards getting his shots. Shoots for the takedown again. I feel like that's a tactical error.
This is obviously going to win rounds with control, but it could miss an opportunity to apply pressure and finish an opponent. Brown really drowns his opponent in the clinch, and it often leads to him securing a finish. The double and single collar tie also makes it really difficult for the opponent to change level for a takedown. If you control the head, you control the body. This is grappling 101. And the forearms pressed against the collarbone really prevents the opponent from being able to drop down and change their level, whilst bringing the head down leads them in danger of being kneed in the face. The Thai clinch is the perfect way to blend the ranges of striking from boxing into grappling, and Brown is one of the best at doing this. Matt Brown may not have the prettiest of records, 23 wins and 18 losses, but to be able to have outlasted many fighters from his generation and even compete with some of the next is something to take note of. It's like the old saying, beware of an old man in a profession where men usually die young. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and share. And as always, thank you to the patrons. You really help me to keep this channel going.
Wild fight and an excellent win for Matt Brown.